wabarakatuh. Welcome to Wisdom International School's digital classroom for mathematics. So children, will continue with the squares and the square root chapters. Okay, so we have already gone through the first two exercises, right? So now we will learn. So in the last video I had taught you how to find the square of numbers, right, without actually multiplying, how to find the square of numbers. And also we learned how to find the square of number ending with 5, right? So now we are going to learn how to find the square root of numbers. Okay, so now you see, first you should understand what they mean by square root. I told you that finding the square of 2 square, like for example 2 square is going to give you 2 into 2, which is 4, right? Correct? So now if I ask you what is square root of 4, this means they are asking you what is a number which is multiplied 2 times that gives you 4. Okay, so this is what they are asking you. So the square root of 4 is 2. Understood? Because 2 is the one which we multiplied. If you multiply 2 twice, okay, 2 by itself 2 times, you get 4. So that is what they mean by square root of 4. That means they are asking you what is a number when you multiply 2 times gives you 4. So 2 multiplied 2 times gives you 4. So square root of 4 is 2. Okay, but also minus 2 multiplied 2 times also gives you 4. Am I right? So even positive 2 multiplied 2 times gives you 4. Negative 2 multiplied 2 times gives you 4. It also gives you 4, right? So if I ask you what is square root of 4, I don't know from where I have got this 4. I have got this 4 by multiplying 2 times, or if I have got this 4 by multiplying minus 2 times. Correct? So that is why when we say square root of 4, I will always say that there are two answers possible. One is plus 2 and the other one is minus 2. Or we write it together as plus or minus. You can write a plus and a minus one above each other, and then you write 2. Okay, so square root of any number will be taken as plus or minus the root, whatever it is. Okay, so here if I ask you what is square root of 1, you will write plus or minus 1, because 1 multiplied 2 times also gives you 1, and minus 1 multiplied 2 times also gives you 1. So I will write plus or minus 1. And square root of 4, as I explained, it's going to be plus or minus 2. And square root of 9, as I make it's going to be 3 multiplied 2 times gives you 9, and minus 3 also multiplied 2 times gives you 9. So it could be plus or minus 3. Do you get it? Okay, but then in this chapter we are going to use only the positive sign. We will not consider the negative. Square root of any number is not negative. Okay, we are not going to consider that. There is a special place where we use this. Okay, not in this particular chapter. We are not going to learn so much. We are just going to, wherever you see a square root, you are going to take it as a positive number. Okay, not the, like if I say what is square root of 4, you are going to say 2, not minus 2. Okay, all right. So now, so these are the few things, the table of square roots. See, 1 square is 1, so square root of 1 will be 1. 2 square is 4, so square root of 4 will be 2. 3 square is 9, so square root of 3 is square root of 9 is 3. Okay, 4 square is 16, so square root of 16 is 4, and so on. Okay, so up to 100 I have given. Alright, now finding the square root through repeated subtraction. So there is a way to find square root. Okay, we are going to learn few methods in this. So let's say finding square root through repeated subtraction. So if I ask you what is square root of 81, you will of course say it's 9, because we all remember, because 9 into 9 gives you 81, that is 9 square is 81. So square root of 81 is going to be 9. But then we will learn how to do this by repeated subtraction. Okay, for that we should know all the odd numbers starting from 1. We know the odd numbers, right? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, and so on. Okay, so first you will take 81 and we will subtract by the first odd number, which is 1. Okay, so when you subtract it, you get 80. Then you take the 80 and subtract it by the next odd number, which is 3. So when you take the 80 minus 3, you get 77. Now you take 77, subtract it by the next odd number, which is 5. Okay, so that gives you 72. Now take 72, subtract it by next odd number 7, which is 65. So 65 minus 9 gives you 56. Now 56 minus next odd number is 11, so 45. 45 minus, next one is 13. So 32, that's what you get. 32 minus 15 is 17. And then you get 17 minus 17 is 0. So you have to do this until you get 0. Okay. If it is a perfect square, like if I take 82 for example, that will never give you 0. Okay, if it gives you 0 only, then it's a perfect square. Understood? If it doesn't give you 0, it's not a perfect square. All right. So now in 81, how do you find out what is the square root of this number? You see how many steps you have taken to reach this 0. See, you have taken 9 steps. So square root of 81 is 9. Understood? So this is how you will solve the problem, like find the square root of a given number by repeated subtraction. Okay. Now here you see they are asking you find the square root through prime factorization. So you should be familiar with these terms. You should remember these terms which they use. You should know what prime factorization is, what is repeated subtraction, and what method you have to follow. Okay. In prime factorization, as the name says, you are going to know, you should know all the prime numbers. I hope you have learned the prime numbers. In your 7th grade you would have learned it, but then you have to remember. It's better if you memorize this prime numbers. The first prime number is 2. Okay, prime number is a number which is divisible by its own number and 1. Okay, like these numbers what I have listed, it goes in one table and then the table itself. Like for example, 2 goes in one table and it goes in 2 table. 3 also is in one table and 3 table. 5 in one table and 5 table. So it should not be in any other table. Okay, it should be in one table and the number itself. So these are the prime numbers. So 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, etc. So you are going to factor them now. Okay, so see what I do is 324. So I'll do it again here. 324, you factor it with, see first if it divisible by 2. Okay, you should always go in an order. If see the ending number, the number in the ones place is 4, so it's divisible by 2, so you divide it by 2. 2 ones are 2, 2 6. So 1 is carrying, right? 2 ones are 2, there is a 3, but then we have taken only 2 ones are 2, so there's 1 remaining. This 1 goes and attaches over here to 12. Okay, so 2 6 are 12, and then here 4 is there, 2 2s are 4. Now see if again it goes by 2. Yes, it does, because it's ending with 2. So I do 2 8s are 16 and 2 1s are 2. Now it's ending with 1, so it doesn't go by 2, but it goes by, so next you should check if it goes by the next number. Yes, it does, right? It goes by 3. You add these two numbers and see if it divisible by 3. 8 plus 1 is 9. 9 goes in 3 tables, so 81 will also be divisible by 3. So 3 2s are 6. Now from 8, 6 is gone, 2 is remaining, so that becomes 21 here, right? So 3, so these two numbers I'll write it in a different pen. Okay, this is just a carryover. Okay, yes, and then you have 3 2s are 6 and 3 7s are 21. Then 3 9s are 27, 3 3s are 9, and 3 1s are 3. So you have to go up to you get 1 over here. Okay, so now how do you find the square root? Each two terms will form a couple and come out. Okay, so if you see these two terms, there are 2 2s, so it comes out as 1 2 like this. These 2 3s comes out as 1 3. These 2 3s again comes out as 1 3. See, I have written it over here. The same thing I have done over here. Then your square root of 324 is 2 times 3 times 3, which is 2 3s are 6, 6 3s are 18. Got it? So 18 is the square root of 324. Alright? Okay, fine. So now let's look at this one. If I have number ending with zeros, okay, if I have to find out square root of 6,400, see, I can take square root of 64 is 8, right? And there are 2 zeros, that will come out as 1 0. So see, this is 64 into 100 I can write, right? So 64 comes out as 18, and then 8 8s are 64, and 100 comes out as 10. Okay, so 8 into 10 is 80. 80 is the answer. Now you look at this particular problem. 2 3 5 2. So if I try to do the same prime factorization, 2 times 2 1s are 2. Okay, 2 again, 2 1s are 2, but then from here 1 is remaining, it's coming out, so it becomes 15. So 2 7s are 14 and 1 is coming out, so 2 6 are 12. Okay, over. Now again with the 2 it will be divisible. 2 5s are 10, so 1 is coming out from here, so it becomes 1 over here. So 2 8s are 16, right, and again 1 is coming out from here, and 2 8s are 16. Now again it's divisible by 2. 2 2s are 4, 1 is coming out. 2 9s are 18, so nothing is coming out, 18 gone, so 2 4s are 8. Now again 2 1s are 2, nothing is coming out because 2 1s are 2, there's only 2 over here, right, and 2 4s are 8, 1 is coming, so 2 7s are 14. Now this 147 is not divisible by 2 because it's like ending with 7, right, so it won't be divisible by 2. So you will divide it by next number. See, check if it divisible by next number. So you add all the 3. 7 plus 1 8, 8 plus 4 12. 12 is divisible by 3, so this whole thing will be divisible by 3. So you get 3 4s are 12, 13 14, so 2 is remaining, so 27. 3 9s are 27. Now again 49, it doesn't go by 3 table. Then the next prime number is 5, it doesn't, see, we checked with 2, then we checked with 3, then 49 doesn't go by 5 table, right, it doesn't go. Then you go to the next, that is the 7. So 7 7s are 49 and 7 1s are 7. So we have ended here. Now see, we'll make the pairs. The first 2's become 2. These 2 will come out as 2. This 3 doesn't have a pair to come out, so we'll leave it as it is. And these 7s come out as 7, right? So you see here, this is not a perfect square. They're asking you to check if it's a perfect square. It's not a perfect square because this is remaining. This 3 is remaining without a pair, right? There is no pair for this, so it is not a perfect square. Understood? So if I want to make it as a perfect square, I can either add one more 3 to it, right, or I can take out the 3 from it, right? So if I want one more 3, I'll multiply this number by 3. So to make it a perfect square, we need a 3, right, because already 1 3 is there, that needs a pair. So we'll multiply 2 3 5 2 into 3. So this is the next prime next number, which is a perfect square. Now if I don't want the 3, I will have to divide it by 3. So I can also make it, I mean, by removing the 3, I mean I will divide 2 3 5 2 by 3, and that gives you 784. Okay, so that's how you find you find if it is a perfect square or not, and if it is not a perfect square, and if they're asking you to make it a perfect square, this is how you will do it. Okay, so it also depends upon what the question is asking. If they are asking you to multiply and make it as a perfect square, you will multiply it, or if they are asking you to remove it, you will divide it. Okay, here adding and removing doesn't mean addition, and you will not add plus, you will not do plus and minus. Here addition means you have to multiply by 3, and removing means you have to divide by 3. Okay, so so this whole exercise 5.3 is based on what we have learned today. So complete this in your classwork. Okay, so next week inshallah we'll meet with a different video. Allah Hafiz. Thank you.